Damn. KRS One live. You can't get more hype than that, for real, bro.
I'm actually bugging. Y'all got drink menus in here.
Yeah, man. We kind of organize ourselves up here to make it, a little flavor. You know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah, man. So, that was those early days when you used to come to the UK and just destroy it every time.
Word.
And on the real, Chris, I've never known a live performer who can consistently just rip it year in and year out. You're like one of those performers. In the live field, always been on top of your game, man. I just want to pick you up for that, for real, man.
We got to stay, and thank you. But
we had some incredible shows like the Brixton Fridge. That was the Forum, which was the old town and country. You destroyed it then, man. And then you used some of that on one of your records as well, man.
Yeah, the live out, that became the live out. Yeah, classic, classic. Yeah. Classic. But actually, you know what? That show brought back a lot of memories because I heard Melody in there, I heard D-Nice. Will is with us. You know what I'm saying? Will is with us. What's up? 3. Word. Yeah, Will is with us, and Kenny's coming. But this time we bring in breakers.
All right. So tell us about the show, because you got your whole crew coming over for that with the graffiti artists. What's the deal with that, Chris?
Well, it's it goes back to hearing that American artists, artists from the States, are coming over here and not representing. And I sort of always feel like, hip hop is sort of mine, not mine only, but I take responsibility for hip hop as a total culture. So when people say, artists are not representing over here in the UK or this, that, and the other, I feel like that's me. I feel like, what do you mean they not representing over here? I got to get over here and show their heads what time it is. And just listening to that show, I mean, that was, actually that show seems kind of primitive to me now. I mean, the show we do now is like 10 times better than that. Like, at least 10 times. I mean, first of all, the crowd wasn't screaming. I mean, they were screaming when we stopped. But I'm talking about all through the rhymes. I mean, now that we had, how many albums out then? 3 albums, 2 albums maybe? Now we have 7 albums. So you can imagine, it's more like there I did all of them still #1, like a whole verse is still #1. My show now is more like a reggae dancehall show.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, but in hip hop, you throw on, hit. I go through 10 different records in a span of 10 minutes. It's like a minute a record, because my show is about 2 hours long. I shouldn't say that over the air. I really want to surprise everybody. But the show is almost 2 hours long, so I got to go through a lot of records at once, and the crowd just goes crazy. And but enough about the shows, I guess. I mean, it's just you brought back a lot of memories.
And there was a lot of good times in those early days, man. Trust me on that, man. You say, as we was up with the other radio station in those days, those are the times she was always in the UK as well, man. Always putting in the work, man.
Word.
For real. So you've got your Temple of Hip Hop. So just break that down for people who don't know.
Well, actually, the Temple of Hip Hop is a private school that we're looking to erect, start up. We're looking to start one here in London as well. So I'm here looking for heads that want to represent the Temple. That's why I chose to do this lecture on Sunday, because I really want to, get down with the people and see, what are they looking for in a school? The Temple of Hip Hop here in London, I don't expect it to be the same as in New York.
Right.
There's different needs here, There's MCs here. My man MCD, I was just freestyling with. He's the bomb. He's somebody I would love to put out, from here, and break them over there in the States, I'm really kind of, I'll get back to the Temple in a minute, but you made me think about something. I'm really kind of tired of picking up MCs from America and working with them only for them to turn around and say, I got to do my thing now, and now everybody get confident now after, when you come, you have nothing and no record, and it's like, oh, Chris, yeah, whatever, man, and then you get a hit record, I'll produce your record, and then it's like, oh, yeah, well, now I'm so-and-so, so now, so I think I should give some London, it's in particular, particularly London MCs, of course, Brixton, Sheffield, I mean, Leeds, everybody got they click out here, but I really want to break hip-hop worldwide now, and the only way to really do that is through the organization of hip-hop as a culture. So this is where the Temple of Hip-Hop comes in as a worldwide networking system to really launch, hip-hop in a serious way. We have voters, just talking about the states, we go through this voting process thing, with the presidents, with mayors, and so on. And for some reason, hip hop, which is a $700 million industry a year, which has, followers from every walk of life now. For some reason, we're not recognized. We're not being recognized. Politicians are not recognizing us. Even if they come and lie and say, if I'm elected, I'll put $1 million into hip hop. Okay, come and lie to me. Say something. They're not saying anything. And this is the point. I think, myself, I have a certain responsibility, man, and my responsibility is to the culture. So my money and respect and talent will go in that area. I'm 32 years old now. I feel like I'm 18, but I'm 32 now. I'm 7, 8 albums out now. I'm a type of person where I know I could do at least 20 albums in my career. Right. But, after 10 years work, what do you got to show? Another album? Nah, I'm not trying to be the Temptations. Respect to them, but I'm not trying to be 65 and rhyming somewhere in Atlantic City or Vegas. I'm trying to leave something for the kids, who are up and coming. You and I remember when there was no hip hop. There was no rap. People would say, oh, it's not going to last. Even when you first came here, to this station, people was like, yeah, okay, you got one more week, Tim. One more week. Yeah. One more week. You know what I'm saying? See, now you got kids growing up who they don't have a conception of a time when there was no hip hop. And this is very important for our culture worldwide. Hip hop is a part of the world peace process. When you look at it realistically, like looking at it from, and this is my Harvard training here, lecturing in these universities. I don't want to come off sounding too philosophical here, but the truth of the matter is that the world is becoming one global unit. And if the world is becoming one global unit, then you have to ask, well, what are the influences? What are the things that are influencing people to come together? And the one thing that I see, religion is one thing that brings all people together, all kinds of religions. But hip-hop in particular, as a culture, it goes across all races, all religions, all classes, all occupations. When we started, hip-hop was MCs, DJs, B-boys, and B-girls, graffiti artists, beatboxers, and so on. But today, it's not only that, but it's also attorneys, doctors, people studying political science, all the heads, listening to us out in Cambridge University right now, Oxford University. They know what I'm talking about. Right. They're listening to us right now. Now, imagine when they graduate, or should I say this, imagine when you guys over there graduate. You're going to graduate with Wu-Tang's album in your head. Oh, you're going to graduate experiencing the death of Biggie Smalls, the death of Tupac. You got the new KRS One. How does that affect the political structure of the world? And one thing I'm noticing is that hip-hop is a culture that's very positive. We're not looking to, this is not a terrorist organization. This is a loving, beautiful, artistic culture that is uniting people. And there's two things I look at, and I'll make this real short. One is that, you have the war between China and Tibet right now. China's dissing Tibet. Tibet want democracy. China don't want to give it up. This kind of thing. But yet, and this is what's in the public. This is what's in the news. But then you have the letters that I get. Almost every week we get a letter from Tibet and from China, where the Chinese youth are saying, there's a huge hip-hop scene in Hong Kong, by the way, where they come out and they say, yo,